Hi, I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
AutoSave, welcome to our channel.
Directing Soul Leveling Season 2, Episode 7. I'm a simple man, Anna. I want to see more Il-Wan. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think today's just going to be a press day.
I think we have to be very patient for the return of Il-Wan on the screen. I think we're going to have that virtue of patience, and it's one that I have struggled with my entire life, so...
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, how do you think this press conference is gonna go?
All for Lehman Sung.
It's gonna be the press conference of his dreams.
We're so prepped. Well, who are they talking about?
So why would they be here for him? Yeah. Like if they were gonna fight?
Yeah, spice the story up.
Competing about their tragedies?
What can we offer? Of course you'll go with us. He's gotta go with Jin-Ho, Anna.
Reaper. Ooh. I love tired characters.
Oh my god. I also love tired characters. What do you think the interaction's gonna be? Like, Lehman Sung, like I'm imagining Jin Woo and Lehman Sung need to, you know, cross paths or converse. Will it be bred out of a situation where all the reporters have their cameras, like, pivoted his way, but then they hear about what rank Jin Woo will get?
Ooh, okay, I like that. I was thinking at first that maybe they would have to meet kind of separately, and that would be fun to have them meet separately without kind of knowing anything about each other. But I also like the idea of Lehman Sung, you know, being ready to do his plan A of his interview prep, and then everyone gets distracted.
I love Bake being like, I don't even know who he is. Like, I just can't wait to watch people admire Jin Woo.
Song-yi.
You're gonna care.
Who's this on the TV?
God, he looks so cool though. Oh no.
Award-winning speech. Is that the Guildmaster?
Oh.
He did
God
this to
damn
distract from scandals. Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh.
Don't say anything out loud, bro. Not a big shot anymore.
Chairman Go is so fucking cool. This is gonna be interesting.
Crazy.
We're just coming right out with everything. I love it. Goes here.
そうだよな。もうバレてるし。あと100体ぐらいは出せますが。100体？信じられない。強大な魔力。俺たち圧倒される。
Wow.
ソンハンターの力。
Whew. I can't believe we're seeing it.
S.
S.
よし、これで貪欲の玉を怪しまれずに売れる。その金で装備を整え、今度こそ悪魔を
That's literally all we're thinking about right now.
これからその力を持って何を成し遂げるのか期待しています。
S 級の判定おめでとうございます。先日の件、改めてお礼をさせていただけないでしょうか。私からも折り入ってお話があります。すいません、この後予定が入ってまして。あ、そっちは。なんだ。
Pay attention!
ジナのお兄さん出てる。
The 10th S rank hunter. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! This is everything to me.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my
Joey.
god.
So proud.
It's Cha.
So Cha was the last one they've had, yeah. Well, at least they're not paying attention to your scandals.
孫さんを振り向かせることはできませんでした。そうか。今どこかの組織に所属することはその足かせになる。ジンホ。だから俺は。それで、孫さんは自分についてこいと。それがどれほど身勝手なことか分かっているな。それを放り出してよそに移る。話にならないな。ごめんなさい父さん。それでも僕は孫さんのところに行きます。
This is not in the direction I thought we were going.
ならばそれ相応のけじめはつけてもらう。下がってください。
The fact that we invited Jinho, that makes me so happy.
我々がご自宅までお送りしましょう。大丈夫です。ここまで身体能力が高いのはベク社長。早い。見失う。あの時より強くなっている。
Like, how is that even possible?
Yeah, exactly. It's not. It shouldn't be.
ダンジョンの熱気から身を守りたいんですけど。なるほど。それでしたらこちらなどはいかがでしょう。
Wait, this is what he's wearing.
まとうマントと気軽に装備でお値段もこれぐらいでお手頃かと。
Are we sure about that?
でももしお客様がここのガラスを割
What?
ることができたら。
Wait, I love this rule. Is this a rule? I love it.
当店では魔力で特別に評価されたガラスを使用しておりまして、世界広しお待ちください。ほんの冗談でございます。あれはせずとも異常な振動があれば警備が飛んできてしまいます。あ、そうですか。すみません。
I believed it too.
冗談が過ぎました。他も見たいんですけど。
I love the daggers.
それでしたら武器担当の私がご案内。
We have to get those though, even though they're expensive.
You'd think.
触れてもいない。
Whew.
そちらでしたらこちらになりますね。こんなものが。
We gotta sell the Sphere of Avarice.
It's only about a string,
Wow.
is that one? Wow.
それならこれっていくらくらいします？これはいや普通にストアに売ってたよ。最低でも1億はする品かと思います。1億280万ゴールドで買ったもの。
Interesting.
You're gonna be able to afford what you want to.
貪欲の玉を手放さなくてもいいかもしれない。
Yeah, it's Infinite money. Oh my god.
彼が強いということは知っていた。そんな次元の話じゃない。から漂ってきたあの魔力、それに加えて身体能力まで、癖はもう終わっているはずだ。そこから
But it's like it's still going.
そんなことが、まさか再覚醒ではなく的に成長可能なハンター。
Holy shit, Bake.
I love that he's piecing
Yeah.
it together.
Like, even though it shouldn't exist, it's not outside of the realm of his possibilities.
これで安心して学校
Oh, paparazzi.
マスコミ対応してくれたか。
Thanks for the warning.
テレビに出るならちゃんとして変に注目集め
明日から1週間くらい家を空けるから。
ああまた
Now you can just say it's Hunter stuff.
いい加減に。
ユシンホ到着しました。
あれお兄ちゃんの知り合い
あ、妹さんですね。懐刀ユシンホです。
こいつと仕事に行くんだ。
え、明日何のことです
仕
か。
事に行くんだ。
大事な仕事が
Yep.
痛いほど明日。
They really are like brothers.
一応やんだとはいえ、マスコミの件もある。あれ牙の護衛って4体いなかったっけ。あと1体はこびりついて影の抽出ができなかったんだ。まあいいや、俺だけ強けりゃさ、お前に2体つける。ジナの護衛をしろ。
Wow, the potential threats coming his way now.
That he can use his shadows for this?
見回り開始。
We have a patrol.
これで少しは世の中に貢献。
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
Wait. What a cut!
Oh,
Oh, my
fuck.
god. Coming sooner than we thought.
何も家を出なくたって。
手締めってやつですよ。それよりも DS タワーで何の仕事。
まあ修行みたいなもんだ。
まだ強くなる気なんですか。S 級判定も。
ありがとう。行ってくれ。
はい。
水属性の指輪と
Oh
got to
my
get everything.
god.
万全。白攻略。再開だ。
I'm gonna be so pissed if he makes it invisible.
悪魔の魂を集めろ2。君主バランの魂を手に入れろ。報酬は影の交換のルーンセ専用スキルか。
Mm-hmm.
前回報酬もいい。がぜんやる気が
Extra motivation. Oh my god,
前
look
回
at
の
him.
最終到達会。
分から出ていくなんて寂しいですか。
ある子供が一人巣立っただけだ。これまでいたことおかしい
あなた
くらい。
あなた
What's happening?
Oh my god.
試運転と行こうか。出てこい。キバ。
Alright, Tusk. I love that he catches it.
That's so
Whoa.
crazy looking.
It looks like a Digimon. Woo!
それでこれか。
That's
His
after being
reaction.
nerfed.
I almost got scared.
とりあえず貪欲の玉は牙に預け
Oh,
日本には過労
I wonder if Jinho might blame himself a little bit.
溺水症ですか。
はい。
襲われ最終的に目覚めることがで
Leads
き
to
なくなる。
Clomos.
なぜ私が生まれつき魔力耐性の低い曲にさらされることで発症すると言われています。ご家族や身近な人にハンターの方はいらっしゃいませんか。
あなた
息子が必ずしもそれが原因とは言い切れませんが、あらゆる場所に魔力が存在するこの世界、私には魔力耐性が。
平和だな。この後釣りでも行くか。
またまた。
Ilwan.
中ですよ。
Maybe?
俺は
Oh, fuck.
No!
Never mind.
No! Oh my god, no!
Oh.
It made it to land where people are.
兵士たちに与えた命令は班ごとに手分けして見える敵をすべて倒すこと。侵入許可証を
The
We're
fact that he's,
delegating.
he's delegating, that's
許可証以
crazy.
外は捨てることになったが、に攻略ペースは上がった。たんだが、80回にたどり着いて2日来てペースが落ちてるな。 何か原因が何者かに影たちが破壊されている。
Oh no.
あっちは
What's doing it?
廃屋 A 班か
God, we can differentiate which squad it is.
いたとはな。調べに行くか。A 班に続いて B 班までやられた。おかしい。A 班のすぐそばには騎馬班がいたはずだ。B 班がやられたんだ。騎馬に勝てるほどじゃないってことか。勝てそうな相手を狙って攻撃してるなら強さを見抜く知能があるってこと。次の標的は。
Oh! Do you think this is the elf girl? Oh, the armor kind of looks like Igris's.
なるほど。ターヘイではこいつらに勝てないわけだ。
Yeah, they're really freaking cool. You have numbers, they have numbers. Whew. Oh, the cloak.
前々から気になってたんだよ。
Demon Knight.
恐怖を感じ
Do
る。
magic beasts feel
They're
fear?
shaking.
やっと
No.
その答えが分かったよ。
Oh. Okay, that was Soul Leveling, Season 2, Episode 7. Something big happened to me this episode. Like, I started thinking about something that I feel like I should have been thinking about more, and thinking about what the repercussions will be once this inevitably happens, right?
Which
I
is...
see that Jinho's father is falling to the eternal sleep disease, and we're seeing the symptoms of that happen, and the inevitability of it happening, right? Then I'm like, oh, okay, well, if Jinho sees Jinwoo save his mother by using the elixir of life, I wonder what that conversation would be, if what Jinwoo would do if he'd do it. But then I was like, hold the fucking phone. Let's zoom out a little bit. What the fuck will the world's reaction be to Jinwoo, an S-ranked hunter, his mother being able to awaken out of this disease and be the first and be able to? Like, what the fuck reaction will the rest of the world have? Will Jinwoo feel obligated to try to acquire more if possible for the rest of like the entire Earth? I don't know. That sounds like unrealistic. I don't like I just haven't thought about what the fallout will be.
I think
if any.
I feel like you went for one of the heavy hitters, like right away, because I actually wrote down kind of the same idea in my notebook. I wrote big picture goals. I feel like we've seen Jinwoo be incredibly focused on the personal gain, the personal growth, and the strength. He wants to be able to save his mom, but I feel like we're using Jeju Island, and we're going to talk about that more, I'm sure, later on in the discussion. I think we're using narratively Jeju Island as a calling card, as a siren to the viewer, that eventually what is personal for Jinwoo, he's gonna have to look at the bigger picture, and he's going to be at a point in time where he views that his goals, he's gonna need to think about the entire world. And like you brought up with the eternal sleep disease, right, what happens when his mother wakes up and everyone else that has a loved one that they love so dearly that has fallen to this is like, how did you do this? The fact that he is setting up security for his sister now, what sort of security would he have to set up in the future if people know that he somehow had the capability of curing his mom and is not curing everyone else?
Here's the thing, though. It's not necessarily him curing his mom that I'm worried about. That's as simple as a lie. That's as simple as you're just visiting her again and you give it to her and nobody fucking knows.
And no one knows how it happened.
Right? And it's more the fallout of, like, if you are a fucking case study for a disease and you are the only person who has recovered from it, you'd probably get a lot of doctors knocking on your door, trying to figure out what makes you different. Can we use something from your DNA to help the rest of the world? There's just like
you become
the whole
almost a lab rat maybe at that point.
Or like a celebrity in your own right.
Yeah.
And then like I haven't even gone down the route of thinking about this stuff before, and I don't know what's gonna happen, because I think like Jinwoo, I'd imagine, would be like, all right, like, stay the fuck away from my mom if that there was, you know, a reaction to it and people would listen, or, you know, the fucking Shadow Night Watch will get them.
I feel like the point of the two things that happened in this episode, that is the aunt and then Jinho's father, I think both things are there to highlight for us and their intention is in this episode to remind us that what Jinwoo's life is, he's not the only hunter in the world. He's not the only person with a loved one who has eternal sleep disease. He's not the only person that would get hurt if something were to happen. That there are other people, and he's going to need to kind of broaden his scope of what he cares about and what his goals are. And I think he's getting to a place where he's ready to be able to take on new goals. Like he has this one mission he's really working on, and yes, he wants to get stronger, but he wants to accomplish this specific mission first. And I think once he's able to accomplish the mission he's on right now, which is to get the elixir of life, then I could see this character opening up their goals to something that helps maybe everyone else. And if you were to cure your mom and you get back and you find out that someone that you now say is your little brother, that you now care for a lot, now has a family member that is dealing with the same issues and is going to deal with that same loss, I feel like the empathy would kick in so hard right there that you'd be like, wow, why does this even happen to begin with, and how can I protect more people from it?
I mean, if it's even possible, right?
If
Like,
it's even
the idea
possible.
of being able to acquire more than one of the elixir of life is, like, unfounded, untreaded territory so far. And I think that you're right, though, about, like, yeah, Jinwoo has his goal right now and has his mission and objective, and that's what he's dead set on. So what lies after that is completed is a whole different story in of itself.
Right. And obviously the amount of secrecy that would be between him and Jinho, we want him to be able to have this person be super trustworthy, for him to be able to tell this person everything. Obviously, we wanted Jinho to kind of leave his father's company and work for us, be our assistant, if you will. But obviously, I can't see a world where Jinho finds out about the elixir of life. I would say purposefully we would shield him from that information, especially if we learned about his dad.
Yeah.
But I wonder if Jinho would maybe be the first to be suspicious if Jinwoo's mother were to wake up.
Interesting. Oh my god, Anna. I cannot believe that they gave me the reaction of the fucking miner in Solo Leveling. I feel so blessed. That was incredible. It felt like it was made just for me.
Yeah,
you know, when you hear a
honestly.
song and you're like, oh my god, I relate to this to a scary level. That's what it
That's
felt
what
like
you
watching
got
that.
there.
Yeah.
And you got to see
Thank
him
you,
be
Solo
like,
Leveling.
yeah, he had the killer's eyes. Yeah, I knew he was going to be on the news for something. And then it's literally not the news that you expected.
It was incredible. It's good to see Joey again, you know?
She didn't seem terribly, like, shocked by the news.
It's just, like, happy.
It was more just, like, there was, like, a happiness on her face, almost a comfort. Maybe she feels comfort knowing, like, that he's probably going to be, for the most part, safer than he had ever been before because of the amount of power and strength that he has. But while I say that, there's also the caveat of he's going to be going into maybe more dangerous situations because of his new level.
Yeah. Who was your favorite reaction to Jinwoo this episode? And I'm not just talking about, like, oh, whoa, Jinwoo is being announced as an S-rank hunter, like we're talking about the minor
You
character,
just mean
Joey.
a reaction to anything in general?
Yeah,
that
because we
happened?
also get, like, you know, Go reacting to it, and Bake and Choi, you know, like, those count in terms of his power reaction.
Yeah. My favorite reaction is Bake's reaction once Jinwoo is like, nah, you don't need to drive me anywhere. I'm just gonna blast off. And he's like, we have, like, obviously Guildmaster Choi reacting to it, being like, wow, that was fast, and for a mage-like hunter, that's crazy. And then the camera just slowly shows that Bake's eyes are so wide and they're, like, glowing. And he's like, I couldn't even keep my eyes on him. That's how fast he was. That was my favorite, like, reaction. Honestly.
I would completely agree with you, and I think that Bake as a character is just really standing out to me. Like, him
I
not
really
even
like him. I
knowing
really like him.
who Lee Min-sung was and being like, wait, what's that name? And then the idea that I love people that are able to question or to consider something that isn't necessary, that's a little bit out of reality, right?
He breaks what I thought his archetype was.
Like, the idea of you coming to the conclusion of, like, holy shit, things are different. this isn't adding up, and not immediately going like, he's cheating, he's doing something. Like, the curiosity...
There's something maybe suspicious here or negative.
Yeah, like the curiosity of considering what the fuck Jinwoo is and how he's able to continue evolving and powering up is so awesome. I love it so much.
And an openness to being okay with the idea that we don't know everything in the world and that we could learn new information as we go along and that new precedents can be set. I feel like I was expecting if anyone was going to piece things together, I feel like in terms of character archetype, I had thought Guildmaster Choi gave kind of this essence of the intellect, the intellectual, you know? And that Bake seems, he's more like, he at least visually seems like he's much more like the brawl and the not really thinking too much kind of character. But that's not what we get at all. We get him deeply thinking about this to the point of just such reason coming from his mouth being like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, hunters are a crazy concept in itself. This magical...
Gates just started appearing.
The way that he's able to just slip into this information as with such reason, I really appreciated.
I do too. He's like top 3 my favorite characters, I think, so far in the show, and we barely even get to see him as much as I'd like to.
He dies.
No.
If he dies,
okay,
I'm gonna be
let's
upset.
talk about death then, I guess.
Okay.
Insects evolving from Jeju Island. They're finally making it here.
Oh, those 2 guys are dead.
Yeah, I think so.
They were dressed like hunters.
I
So
agree.
maybe I would feel... But then again,
You're gonna say you'd feel less bad?
I know, I would feel like maybe they'd have a chance is what I was gonna say, but then I retract that because I think about what the actual power scaling of Jeju Island was, and I think that maybe that's not the case anymore because these guys could have been like D or E, you know, they could have been...
They're on patrol. They have to be somewhat capable, you'd think.
Yeah,
What
maybe,
is that?
but he looks pretty scary and intimidating.
Do you think that
so
they're going to be able to like converse, or do you think at first or
Ooh.
at this rate they're going to be more of
if
just...
they're evolving?
Yeah, that's I don't know.
I think that's a good question because we're getting introduced to all of these kind of monsters that are now being able to converse, and at first they weren't even able to translate into human language, but now they can. Now they can translate what they're saying so that like Ki-hoon and his group could actually hear what it is that they were trying to say. I think that's a good question, that if you're evolving to get wings to be able to cross the ocean, what else could be evolving about you? What else could be changing? That's pretty cool, pretty terrifying. But I do think that it's maybe they're dead, but then again, don't you need someone to go relay the information like, hey, I just saw something.
Yeah. Lee Min-sung, how did he, portray himself and what you expected coming into the episode?
Oh, he seems a little bit like an idiot because he was saying out loud, I'm trying to distract from my skit.
I think it's really like fascinating that it's like, okay, I have these scandals, right? And I do have an in right now. This is a massive newsworthy event, and like the idea, I'm surprised it wasn't like a publicist's idea. Like it was his idea. He had the motive, and I was gonna give him like, it
was a good
some
idea.
respect for that. It was a good idea, right? I get where you're coming from. I don't know what the scandals are, but like it was probably going to work. But the idea that you are so easily giving up the fact that it is a scandal because, I mean, obviously nobody caught it, but I guess you didn't expect anything like that to happen. That wasn't in any of his interview prep.
One of my questions is, why would Lim agree to contract for these 2 years?
He looked tired, man.
Okay, but what does that say about him as a character that he's agreeing to? It makes me question, like, want to know him more as a character, that he obviously would have been approached with some sort of deal, like, hey, please take this celebrity A rank that's probably gonna suck in your dungeons because he's just been like this pretty face this whole time, and he might end up causing some issues or difficulties or scandals within your organization, but like, here, take him for 2 years so he can do his little PR stunt.
Do you think Lee Min-sung was like, okay, Lim, if I'll go with you, if the Reapers, if for some reason or another, I can just not be put on the front lines as much. I can just sit back and not do that much work.
As like a status symbol for the Reapers. But then again, he didn't look like the type of character that cared that much
No.
about...
I'm saying like for his own safety. Like
Oh.
if Lee like was trying to be a hunter to get the publicity off of his scandals, but he didn't actually want to be in any danger, you could try to make a deal with a guild that would ensure that you wouldn't actually have to do a lot of
what's
things.
the guild getting out of it? You know, that's my question is, if
Like,
he
get
has
paid?
scandals that are out in the news right now that we're trying to distract from, what are you getting? I guess money could be something that you're getting
Notoriety?
from this. Notoriety, because you're having a huge celebrity that apparently has a really big fan base, like among your ranks.
Yeah.
But he didn't really strike me as a character. Like, I'm not going to just assume that that's his reasoning, because maybe I don't want to assume it because I want to be able to get to know him better as a character. And that brings me to like the next thing I wanted to say about Lee Min-sung, which is it was more of a slap in the face to Lee Min-sung what ended up happening than I even ever originally thought, because not only was he utilized for this comedic energy that we thought was going to happen, where he comes in, he thinks all these press are here for him and they're going to be so excited, and he's going to get to do his little interviews where he gets to answer all his questions, and then he's going to be overshadowed by Jinwoo. I thought that was going to be the extent of kind of rubbing his face in the dirt. No, I feel like he's literally being used as a device just to introduce the Guildmaster of the Reapers Guild.
Yeah.
I think that's why he was used. Like, I think he was used for like the fun of it, but I think he was also maybe mainly used as a device to introduce someone else. Imagine how upsetting that is, that you're being used as a character just to introduce another character, and he thinks so highly of himself. And what he really gets in this episode is he learns that the hunter's world and the respect you earn in the hunter's world is very different than the respect he views he has by like the normal public.
Yeah. I cannot believe that Jin-ho was asked to go on the quest with Jinwoo. Not like the quest, but the idea that it was flipped on him, and Jinwoo would have gone out of his way to ask for Jin-ho to come with him and go forward, step into the future with him. I had no expectation of that. None.
What does that future look like? Obviously, we didn't take him here because this is incredibly dangerous, but is it, I want to continue, you're my personal carrier? You're my personal miner and assistant. You just go with me into these dungeons?
Well, like, it's kind of... I'm wondering if it's what you were kind of saying earlier. Like, once the elixir of life is gotten and we're able to heal Jinwoo's mother, then what, right? Like, is it starting your own guild in some sort of way that it's only, like, you know, compromised of the Shadow Army, Jin-ho, or like a couple other people that you deem chill?
Like,
or
start
what?
your own guild, like get Jin-ho out from under his father and be able to like build your own empire,
like with freedom. But that's like such, like, it doesn't have to be anything like that. It can just be you, and obviously money's not an issue. It seemed like, I could be wrong here, but the idea of gold within the shops, within the UI, being able to sell it for so much more money. Yeah, you're able to have a foundation for whatever you want to do. Fuck even having a guild, you know?
But why would Jinwoo want to do this? Obviously, maybe he feels like at this point that he is going to be such a celebrity now that having an assistant would be helpful. But also, we can't forget that he definitely views Jin-ho favorably, like a little brother. So what is he doing here? Is he kind of giving I'm not going to think so deeply that I think he's giving Jin-ho a chance to kind of step out of the wings of his older brother and his father and kind of like come up with what he wants in the world. But that is what's happening.
Yeah.
He didn't get kicked out. He chose to move out. So really, this is an opportunity that Jin-ho's kind of taking to like be his own person, which is great. And that's not necessarily Jinwoo's intention. But I like to kind of start to speculate, like, what were the emotional feelings or personal reasons why Jinwoo came to this decision?
I mean, yeah, I'm like, we didn't see it, but I could completely imagine Jinwoo thinking about like, all right, well, if Jin-ho does ask this of me, because it wouldn't be that out of pocket to expect for at least his father to pressure him, or just for him to do it like out of the kindness of his own heart because of how close they are. What would the repercussions be if I said no? What would his father think? What would the idea of Jinho's life look like going forward? I could easily imagine Jinwoo thinking about that. And
I guess he probably did know that a lot was riding on him saying yes, and Jinho really cared about this. Like, this would really establish Jinho's position in his like family company and in his family business. And honestly, without Jinwoo and without being the guild master of this new guild, the place Jinho would hold in that company is way overshadowed by his older brother, and he probably would not have as fulfilling of a life as he might have now as an assistant.
All right, I have a few more things.
Okay.
The cloak.
The cloak.
The cloak and the ring are so fucking cool. They don't even like have anything on them like that are like that like crazy. It's all the shape. It's the shape.
It's the shape.
It's so good. I'm dying on the inside thinking about the shopkeeper doing this bit that's reoccurring that, oh, if you smash the glass, you get anything you fucking want. Just take it all.
Well, he ruined things because I'm pretty sure he was like, yeah, an A, like up to A rank couldn't shatter this or something like that. And I'm like, do you not know who you're talking to? But yeah, honestly, it was really impressive. He cracked it a little bit without even touching it.
Yeah.
And I know during the reaction, I think that you had said, like, oh my god, are we actually going to be able to see him in this new, like, set of armor, basically?
Or if he's going to use the invisibility on it.
Or is it going to go invisible? Yeah. But no, he luckily was able to find something that was good for, like, a really hot gate, and also looked really cool and that he would like to wear. But, you know, some of the other things he's collected and put on, I still think that
I
he
wish
looked
that
good in.
one, could it be interacted with the same as any of the gear that we get, you know, as a player?
Mm-hmm.
But ignoring that for a second, I would love to get like Jinwoo's actual internal monologue of deciding to not make this cloak invisible and deciding to wear it, being like, you know what,
cool.
I fuck with this, you know.
Yeah, I'm happy about it. Obviously, we both got really excited when we saw it because it seemingly is what he's wearing in, I think, the intro. In the intros, it's what he's wearing. So we were both really excited about that. Do you think that when he went to the bathroom, he was just getting out different stuff from the store and like going to buy more things
for
so
sure,
he could sell
definitely.
them? Like, that's definitely what I was taking out of that interaction.
Yeah, he was like, just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Buying all the nice shit that you can for less gold than you get in real life. One of my last things is we didn't have to sell the Sphere of Avarice because of the whole gold situation, and we're giving it to Tusk. We saw how powerful he was.
Yeah, I like that we let him, even though giants aren't our favorite thing ever, I like that we set up our next battle for him, his real debut battle, if you will. This is a really special moment for Tusk. And we let him grow large and become a giant and fight in his debut battle like that. And that was really nice of us. You know, we might not respect him enough to keep his name, but we respect him enough to give him like a really great debut that he would enjoy.
Yeah. Apologies if in the last couple like week or two during discussions we're like a little bit slower. We monitor our voices so like I can hear myself talking through the microphone, and for some reason we're having computer issues where it's not like right on the second, so it's like hearing yourself like a little out of sync. So apologies. Sometimes it gets like a little disorienting. Sometimes there's no problem at all. It's inconsistent problems.
God, man. I hate inconsistency.
I know. Okay, well, I think one of my last thing is talking about the Shadow neighborhood watch of sorts that we have, and the idea that, oh wow, yeah, we could actually make this town a nicer place probably, and then being able to separate the 3, not 4 bodyguards that we can utilize. 3.
He's like, wait, wasn't there 4 of you? Where'd the other one go? And one of them just goes, like, points up. I was like, why is he pointing up? Is he like already on the roof? You know what I was expecting? One of them like crawling on the ceiling, like a scene in a horror movie. That's what I was expecting.
Nope, just dead.
But honestly, think about who he tasked with watching over his sister, even specifically. That is a new get of his. Those are new shadows of his, and they're really high level, and he's risking not taking them with him. He's risking leaving them here because his sister's that important to him. Of course, he's gonna leave one of his best or multiple of his best there to protect his family.
Yep. You have anything else?
My last thing is I'm really happy that our special mission that we now received when we entered into the Demon Castle again is job specific. You know, we're really motivated by this. Thank goodness for that.
I actually remembered I had 2 more things. I'm sorry.
No.
I wanted to read what was on screen, quest info.
Oh, so I
Yeah.
reminded you. Okay, cool.
Demon Monarch Baron resides in the highest floor of the demon's castle. Defeat Baron and collect his soul. Goal: defeat the Demon Monarch. Rewards: Rune Stone of the highest rank. Shadow Exchange, then ability plus 30 points.
Good job, good job. So, what do you think about this group of demon knights that we got at the end?
We'll be fine. They obviously,
They-
you know.
I think we're definitely fine, it seems. My take is like the shaking.
Oh, of like this?
Yeah, the arm shaking.
Yeah.
A little
Oh
bit.
my god, dude. I wish you watched Dragon Ball Z, man. I like. There's such a great like I'm sure
Comparison
everybody who's
moment.
ever watched this has said it 1,000 times, but like the idea of do magic beasts feel fear is so fucking badass and it's insane to say. And even if it's not your true feelings, if for some reason you ever get to be in a situation where you're overpowering the other individual in front of you to this degree, which is impossible. It's almost an obligation that you have to say this and then be like, I'm sorry I said that. I apologize. I just needed to because I was able to say it in real life.
This is
So good.
The idea of like do magic beasts feel fear. It definitely, the first time we kick into how do they actually feel was obviously really big with Car Golgan. And I feel like it just makes me wonder about like any future empathy that Jinwoo might have toward an enemy that he has to slaughter, any sort of connections he could actually forge. Obviously, in the intro, the OP, there
That's where
is
I
a
was gonna go.
character that looks like they're watching as Jinwoo is fighting what I might assume is the final demon boss. And you could get from the intro or OP that might be a character that cares about Jinwoo or maybe cares about the opponent that he's fighting. But regardless of that, obviously with Barca and then with Car Golgan, I keep starting to get this idea of like what happens when Jinwoo meets an intellectual monster that can speak to him that he ends up caring about. Is there any capability that when he sees them shake with fear that he would be taken aback for a second and not want to defeat them? Imagine that this demon knight in front of him, maybe the armor itself helps him keep his distance, but what if this looked like another person? Obviously we've seen him kill people, but it just like opens up that idea of like
I
this
think
is gonna be
part of it is like the other side of things too, right? Not just Jinwoo's feelings, but like if we're able to see a magical beast like Barca like break through further than we've seen, you know, when they start glitching, once they start like backtracking on their like self-realization of the situation that's in front of them, once we see somebody on the other side of that be able to push back a little bit more, then I think it would come to what you're saying about like then how would Jinwoo react to that?
Do these NPC, because it kind of has video game vibes, do these NPC monsters have feelings? Would they be able to forge connections or friendships? And will there be a point in time that that'll cause some sort of struggle for Jinwoo, and or if there was a gate that went berserk, the world, if they were to know that there are monsters that can communicate with them and might have what resembles feelings.
Yeah, other actors on this side, you know?
Right.
All right, you good?
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We hope to see you next time.